Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Making of a Diamond podcast. I'm your host, Hope, and I'm excited today. We have a special guest, I'm excited about that. I'm really excited. I am broadcasting live from the Renewal Center. Beautiful day here in Concord, North Carolina. The Renewal Center, a wonderful place. If you're ever in the area, the Charlotte, Concord, North Carolina area, please stop by, and I'll have that information for you later, where you can find us and contact us. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you all for joining today, and being a part of this broadcast, the Making of a Diamond, real life, real journeys, where we share transforming moments, where we're transparent. Again, my name is Hope. Please, as you're coming on, please share the video so someone else can be a part of this, so someone else can share in this moment of the podcast. I'm so excited. I'm here in Concord, North Carolina, broadcasting live from the Renewal Center. And again, it is a beautiful day here, a beautiful day in Concord, North Carolina, beautiful place. We have my special guest, who I'm going to bring on momentarily. It's Carmela Head. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's a personal and organizational leader development. And so she's going to come on today, and she's going to share some things with you that can help you along your journey. That's what this is all about, being able to cultivate one another, being able to help one another, being able to encourage one another as we go on our journey by having real talk, real lives, real journeys. And she does have a journey, and she has some tools and information that she will be able to share with you today. So get a moment, go ahead, invite somebody, take a moment, share the broadcast, call somebody up, tell them that we are live. Diamonds podcast, the Making of a Diamond podcast, we are live. So go ahead and share. This is going to be a phenomenal broadcast today. I tell you, I am definitely excited about it. We will be back momentarily, and we will have my special guest, Carmela E. Head, phenomenal woman who has a lot of wisdom and a lot of principles and tools to be able to help you along your journey. We'll be right back. Hello. Welcome, Carmela. I am so excited to have you here. Carmela, she is a director at the Renewal Center as well, and we're excited to be here this Saturday afternoon. I first want to just thank you for allowing me to have you as a guest and be able to share some of the tools and nuggets that will be able to help people along their journey. Again, we are live from the Renewal Center, and I am so excited to be here. I'm always excited to walk in the doors of the Renewal Center, such a pleasant place of hospitality, love, as we're revealing Christ here at the Renewal Center. So I am so excited to have you on today. Welcome, Carmela. How are you this afternoon?
Oh, I am doing so good. I'm so excited. I just want to say thank you so much, Prophet Hope, for allowing me to be on the Making of a Diamonds podcast today. This is so special. This is just, I feel so, so vibrant this morning. Just looking at your intro, I'm just excited to be on here. And I just want to say thank you for this invitation.
Oh, God, I am honored to have you on today again. If you're coming on the broadcast, please share. This is going to be a phenomenal podcast. I say, because this is a phenomenal woman who has a lot of wisdom, who has a loving heart and wanting to help people. And she's here today on the podcast to give you some tools and some principles and share with you how this can help you along your journey. We're all on a journey, we're all on this journey, and everybody's journey is different. But the good part about it that makes an impact is that we're able to share with one another, things of how we can, and sharing with one another on how we can help, get through the journey, get through the tough times, get through the times of, being down, or even the good moments. Sharing is just so important. And so I thank you again for coming on. So Carmela, can you please tell me just a little bit about yourself?
Yes, well, first of all, I'm just, excited to be able to empower others. Like you were saying, I'm an author, speaker, a personal development consultant. I'm a person that loves to motivate others. And one of the things that God impressed upon me is to use my gifts to uplift, to motivate, to help cultivate, and to help catapult others forward. Um, I have been here in North Carolina for some time. And like you said, the Renewal Center over there, just glad to be in North Carolina over there at the Renewal Center. But I'm, enjoy being in the presence of others to come and to do live podcasts like we're doing now, being able to share content through my blog, through writings, through audio podcasts, and also to do whatever I can do to help uplift somebody. There's somebody out there, someone you're going to encounter on a daily life, to share some of the things that I've been through to empower someone else. That's just not the whole substratum of who I am, but there's so much to me that I like to share with others. I love to be creative. I love to travel. Of course, right now we're kind of limited in a way. But I'm an outdoorsy person. I love to get out and be in the outdoors, and I love solitude. I like taking time to just download information. I love writing. There's a lot of things I love to do. But I think the biggest thing for me is to be able to empower someone, to make a deposit in the life of someone else.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's powerful. That's powerful. That's a lot, and that is a wonderful thing to be able to empower, to be able to encourage, to be able to motivate other people, because we really need it. We really need each other, to help each other, to be motivated, because truthful, sometimes life can be tough. Life has its challenges. And so, God has gifted you with these wonderful tools and information. And it's a blessing that you're sharing this information with others so that they too can be encouraged to continue on their journey. So, tell us a little bit about your products and services that you have.
Okay. Well, first of all, I like to share the fact that I've written, you have a publication, my first book that was published years ago. Yes, there it is, entitled Be Transformed, Empowering You for Destiny. And, for several years prior, many years prior, actually, I had been writing as a columnist, a contributing writer for a ministry newsletter. And during that time, those articles along the way were actually the processes of life that I had been encountering. And the book is not an autobiography or anything like that, but it talks about how we can transform the way we think through the processes of life, because, we all have something that we may encounter, practical things that we encounter during our lives. And so one of the products that I have is that book. And I love to share that book because I believe that who we are, what we have, and what we can do makes all the difference of who we are. Once we get a revelation of who we are in Christ and what we can do in Christ, our perception about different things begin to change. And I know I was sharing with you, Prophet Hope, I was sharing with you in our conversation, is this, I haven't arrived. No one has arrived at all.
No.
And yeah, but I'm so thankful for the things that I have learned along the way, that I could put it in a book form to share with someone else how unique they are, how extraordinary you are, the gifts and the skills that you bring to the table. A lot of these things are in my book. And so that's one of the, I'd say, one of the products that I have. There are several other things that I have that I'd like to share. Yes, there's the next one. Daily Moments of Serenity Inspirational Journal. And what that came to be is, see, I'm a person that likes to just take my time and really journal. But you know, sometimes in life, uh, I like to backtrack a little bit. That
Mhm.
particular resource came to be from a podcast that I did called Hitting the Pause Button. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we're in a rat race. We're doing so much, you know.
Mhm.
There's so
Mhm.
much that is beckoning our attention.
Mhm.
You know, those of us that are have multiple roles, multiple tasks, or just in general, there's so many things pulling at us that we need to take the time to set our vision, take the time to pause, to reflect, to think about what's on your mind. And so that particular journal, I wrote that journal with writing prompts with enough space for someone to go get a spot that they like, that's
Mhm.
just for them,
Yeah.
and allow themselves to just download what's on their mind,
Mhm.
so that they can start
Mhm.
moving forward. I
Mhm.
believe there's some really good
Mhm.
writing prompts in there that will help someone with their vision. What are their talents, their skills, to get them motivated, and to help you come to a place of what serenity really means.
Mhm.
So
Very
that's one of
good.
my actual resources right there.
Very good. And your resources that you have, your book and your the inspirational journal and the companion. Tell us. You did tell us, what they do. Share with the people that's listening today. How can this information be instrumental in helping them on their journey? You said push the pause button.
Yeah.
Pushing pause. How can that help us, especially in this day and time where we live in a world where we need to hit the pause button because there's so much
Mhm.
going on. We have so much to do. We wear so many different hats and. So what's the importance of this pressing the pause button on your journey? With your tools. The
Yeah.
importance of how this can help to cultivate and help someone along their journey.
I think one of the biggest things about that particular journal, and then just in general about hitting the pause button, is about intentionality. And
Mhm.
a lot of things in our lives call for us to be intentional about it. Because sometimes we'll say, I'm going to take time to do this someday. I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
The day goes by, a week goes by, a month
Mhm.
goes by. And it could be even pertaining to our goals. It could be pertaining to a vision of where we're headed. It could
Mhm.
also be about self care and how
Mhm.
we take care of
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to intentionality, doing it
Very
on
good.
purpose because we're going to actually make the time,
Mhm.
make the opportunity. And in
Mhm.
life, like we were saying earlier, it's not going to slow down unless we slow it down.
Mhm.
So I believe that everyone has, it's all about, like I said, our transformational time of our lives when things are when we're transforming the way we think about things. That's the practical things,
Mhm. Mhm.
being able to set order to our life. And a part of
Mm.
setting order to our life is taking the time out to get the download. What
Mm.
is my next step? Well, we'll never know what our next step really is if we don't quiet ourselves down. And so, to answer your question, it's all about intentionality. It's
Mm.
all about intentionality when we are hitting the pause button. We're intentionally hitting that pause button. Say, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna pause because if I
Absolutely.
don't, I'm gonna burn out, or I'm
Mhm.
gonna miss a moment of hearing about where I need to go and what I need to do.
Mm. That's very good. I mean, being intentional and hitting the pause button. And you said something that I just thought about something that even on our journey and when we're traveling this road, we do need to be intentional, and we do need to hit the pause button and take a moment, because sometimes we don't know the next step, like you just stated.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to take that pause time to just reflect and see and hear what that next step may be. Sometimes on a journey, it may be a slow pace, and then sometimes it may be a faster pace. And then sometimes you just need to take that pause, just that pause, so that you can be clear, so that you can be intentional, because you need to be clear about where you're going in that next step. So you need to be intentional, so you can be intentional about it. So that is powerful. People, to be intentional on your journey. And it's okay if you need to take a pause. It's okay if you need to take a moment to reflect and think about the next step. Maybe prayer, maybe fasting, maybe reading, or just the quiet moments of, sometimes we're so quick to want to move to the next thing. And then, like you said, you may miss a step, or you may miss a transformational moment because of not being able to pause. And so it is very important, and that's what I'm getting, that we pause and take that moment, Carmela, to just be able to reflect, to be able to get to that next part of the journey. And sometimes we have to be intentional. Not sometimes. We need to be intentional. And so that just goes hand in hand, pausing to be intentional. So I'll know the next step, but I'm pausing so I can be intentional. So I love your book. I have her book here. I have it at home. This is a wonderful book. She loves her butterflies,
Thank you.
and you're wearing your purple like her book. This is her brand color, purple, which I love purple. This is a
Yes.
wonderful book, and I'm going to post a little later on in the podcast how you can purchase her book. And so I want you to tell us. This says, "Be transformed. Be transformed." Can you share with us briefly, or just share with us a transformational moment in your life?
Yes, yes. Actually, the book uh, title, Be Transformed, comes from Romans 12. Be transformed by the renewing of our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Renewing of our minds, a shifting in our minds. And so you're asking about transformational moment. I love talking about transformational moment because the whole premise of it is there's a shifting in the way that we think, and it's about how we approach things. If I may, there was a time, there's a chapter in my book that talks about remember and return. There's 22 small chapters in the book, and they're based off some of the articles that I've written, but it's about some of the processes in life. And so there's a chapter in the book called Remember and Return. And it's so dear to me because I remember there was a time, long time ago, when my children were small. We were a military family, stationed overseas, working mom, and then just a lot. There was a time in my life then, there was so much going on emotionally. There were some things that was just happening. And I just remember that day just crying out to God and saying, Lord, if you don't fix this, I need some answers, to whatever it is that, I'm dealing with. And I remember a transformational moment. This is how it just really began. And I sat there, and I remember at that very moment, I began to pen this particular chapter. It was talking about how when Noah was in the ark. Of course, we know about the story, but the
Right.
whole thing about it was, as he released the raven to go out to find water, the raven just began to just fly all over the place and never came back. What? He released the dove, and the dove came back. The whole thing about that was that transformational moment was a shifting with me that the Lord revealed to me in my own time, in that own space right there, that remember to come back. It's the way that you're thinking about this whole situation. I'm here. I'm
Mm.
here. The shifting was like, okay, why am I striving against all of these things when everything that I need is right here? And that revelation was almost like a catapult and a benchmark for me then to remember that everything that I need is in Him. And I began to start penning. transformational moments, like was another one in my book, was What Matters Most.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of talking about hitting the pause button, what we were just talking about,
Yeah.
and how we're running around and we,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like seeking everything we need from outside sources. We're seeking everything that to fill us from outside sources. And it was all about what really matters most is the secret place. And that was one of the that was one of the transformational moments in my life. Then I'm running around, trying to fulfill things in certain areas of life. When everything that I need, He has already given to me. And so I had to realize, ding, the light bulb came on, and there was a shifting in the way that I thought about that. So when we change the way, when we get a revelation of who we are and what we have and what we can do, then the shifting, our mindset begin to shift, and then we'll be able to move forward in a greater way. We begin to evolve, and it's over time. It's a process. It doesn't happen immediately.
Right.
But that shifting happened and that transformational moment happened. And so those are the things that I share in the book, about being transformed, about the way we think about things, and the shifting.
Yeah, the
Is what it's
shifting.
all about. Yeah.
That's good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's powerful. I mean, along our journey, being transformed. You
Yeah.
know, when we're on our journey, are we really being transformed like we should? Taking that time to pause, being intentional, realizing that God has given us everything that we need. That is just so powerful. Sometimes you said something about like outside sources and,
Yeah.
things like that. We're just looking all over, but God has given us everything that we need. And that is wonderful, guys. I hope you guys are really just taking this all in, all this wisdom and these different things that she's sharing today, because it's to empower you on your journey. I'm definitely being empowered and encouraged by you sharing about your transformational moment, about understanding, because sometimes we know, sometimes, but sometimes we need to be reminded, and then sometimes we don't know. And like you said, it is a process, so it's not going to happen, overnight. So I appreciate you sharing that. That's very encouraging. And I'm sharing that and encouraging you, or everybody who's listening and everybody who's on the Diamonds broadcast, that you're on your journey. And she shared some really, really good information about being intentional, about understanding that everything that we need, we already have. And so, and when you say that everything we need, we already have, can you just explain just a little bit, like how does one to be able to tap into, really understand and really grasp that we have everything we need? Is there anything that you can share with those who just say, I just want a little more, just want to understand more? How can I obtain this? How can I tap into it? How can I understand I have everything that I need?
I'm very passionate about, sharing that we are such extraordinary people. Everyone is unique. And I say this because a lot, when I say you're looking for outside sources or trying to figure out, well, what does that mean, everything that I need? He has given us, each individual person has attributes beyond probably what they can even imagine. And we're all extraordinary in our giftings, in our skills, in our abilities, in our endowments of who we are, that we are such enhancers. I always say this when someone asks me, and I get excited now. So, we might have the same gift. You and I might even have the same gift, but we don't have the same flavor. And we bring it to the table a different way. And when we start to see who we are through the eyes of through who He says we are, then we start to see, okay, on even in the practical things. I don't have to compare. I don't have to do
Yes.
any of those things. And, going back to kind of like what we were talking about as being a process, I wear the butterfly and I have the butterfly with me. It's not just the immersion, but the butterfly is in when he's in that chrysalis stage. It's a place that things are broken down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stage where there's nobody in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
he's going through such a metamorphosis in there, and
Yes.
and everything that he needs is already in there to
Mm-hmm.
produce that butterfly. But the
Mm-hmm.
change happens with so many other elements going on within us, and so
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to necessarily be like anyone, do anything like
That's right.
anyone, uh, any
Mm-hmm.
of that. But when we
Mm-hmm.
get the understanding that God likes variety,
Ah.
if you look around, He likes
Mm-hmm.
variety. He's
Mm-hmm.
created us to be who we have been called to be.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would say, when we marinate in that, when we really start working and honing in on that, then we start to realize, okay, everything that I need, He's given it to me. All I need to do is just hone in on my gifts, hone in
Mm-hmm.
on what He has given inside of me, and watch it just emerge.
Yes. Yes.
Does that mean we're not going to have issues? No. Does that mean that things going to be peachy keen every day? No. What it means is He's given us tools that we can use to move forward in our life. And it's all about moving forward.
Yes. Forward movement. That's one of the things I say. When you said comparison, I thought about diamonds and what diamonds, what I do and what it represents. I would say diamonds, the authentic shine,
Yes.
meaning that you're authentically you. You
Yes.
don't have to compare yourself with anybody. You don't have to compete. You don't have to measure yourself by the standards of what people may say or what people may think.
That's
And
right.
so it's important on our journey that we understand who we are and the creative nature and gift that God has put on the inside of us. God is a creator. He's creative. And so if he created us, that means we're all creative. And
Yeah.
so we just tap into, like you said, the many different flavors he may have. And so that's
Yeah.
very important. In order to have those flavors, I can't be, wanting to be chocolate, you're chocolate, I want to be I can't, God
That's
may have
right.
created me to be, chocolate. Like I may be butter pecan or so. I don't know, but but I say that to say so to embrace your authentic self and
Yes.
to understand who you are authentically. You have
Yes.
to go through the journey, and as you go through the journey, there is a continued and consistent place of unearthing who you are. And for me, Carmela, I had to being transparent. Once unearthing came for me, and don't get me wrong, it's still a process.
Yeah.
It's still being unearthed.
Yes.
I haven't arrived, and I dare not want to say anything like that. But
That's
I
right.
do embrace the journey that I'm on, and I had to embrace who I was. In some places, I'm like, I'm really different from this and that, and first it was like almost a fear of not wanting to be to a fear of wow, this is me, this is who God
Mm.
created me to be, this is the authentic me, and not being afraid because I'm not anymore of who
Yes.
I am authentically. I embrace who I am, my
Yeah.
shortcomings as
Yeah.
well as my strong points. I embrace who God created me to be because we can be, as yourself, Carmela, and myself, we can be more beneficial to people and more transparent and help people by
Mhm.
being authentically who we are.
Yes.
Being authentically who we are so people can understand that, God has created us for a purpose and he has a plan. And one of the purposes is we're creative and we are, don't have to compare. We have an
Yes.
authenticity, I'm sorry. And So we have to understand that who we are is an impact. My authentic self can be edifying to someone else. And I have to realize that I may not be everybody's flavor. And that's okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
okay with that. Because one thing, forward moving, forward movement. Don't allow anybody to dim your shine while you're on your journey. Her book, Carmela Head's book here is phenomenal. Be
Mhm.
transformed.
Thank
How
you.
be transformed? By the renewing of your mind. When your mind is renewed, you can be transformed and you can continue on your journey. You can authentically be yourself. You can have the authentic shine, meaning that I'm authentically shining. And I always say this, I'm not a cubic zirconia, I'm a diamond because I authentically know who I am. And the
I like
shine that's
that.
on the inside of me, that's
Yeah.
the shine and the glory of God, that
Mm.
exuberance, that comes from within me, Christ within me, the hope of glory. That's what shines, and everybody, we want you to embrace that. I want you to take an opportunity to just share with people. We have your books and your products here. We have her book, we have the journal, and then we have the journal companion. Okay, I'm going to place on the bottom of the screen here shortly how you can purchase these wonderful items, how you can, some of the information that she shared about her transformational moments is in this book. So if you want to know or read more about it, you can. Tell us about other services that you provide in helping to help people along their journey or being transformed.
Okay. Yes, actually, I am right now, and I would say for the last couple of years, several years, have been doing mini retreats for women. And the mini retreats for women was a time to just get away for the day. Sometimes I was doing it right here in my own city, but I would do it in other places. But it was actually one day away that women could get away and work on their vision in an
Mhm.
engaging atmosphere to get working tips on getting their vision together, which was called Lady Get Your Vision Right. And so that particular retreat, I'm going to be bringing that back in form of the way that I'm doing things right now, which is virtually, because some of us have been thrust into, virtual environment. But right now, I am working with women with their time management. So I have a workshop. It's a mini class that I do, and actually, I'm so glad that you came to my workshop. It's a virtual workshop that I've been having on Saturdays, not every Saturday, but once every other month. I've been doing these virtually, and it's an invitation for women for all walks of life: stay-at-home moms, 9 to 5, career-oriented entrepreneurs, college grads, well, college students,
Mhm.
recently graduated from college, retirees. Women all have one issue that I had come to know, is that it's the commonality of how to maximize our time. So
Mhm.
that resource is available uh, for women to enroll in this mini class. The mini class is 2.5 hours with some great content. It's very engaging. And this, you'll be able to take away some practical skills of how to make your calendar work for you. A lot of us have calendars, but not utilizing them. We have a
Mm.
lot of roles, we wear a lot of hats, but we're not sure how to maximize the time. We don't know how to prioritize things, and sometimes we may have a challenge with what goes first. What tools can I use to make my life easier with whatever task that I'm doing? And so I offer those services for ladies to sign up, and so they can find that information out right there on the website. And then
Mhm.
I'll also have an effective communications class that's coming up. That's also a mini class for ladies, and same format. It will be a virtual environment. And like I said, I love engaging environments, so they'll be coming in and getting some great uh, working strategies. I always say that, even for the time management and for the vision class,
Mhm.
working strategies, not just something that you can get and put on the shelf or put in a
Mhm.
notebook, but you'll be able to implement effective communication skills. How do we engage people? Because it's so very important today. how we communicate with others makes a big difference in whatever we're doing. And so the communications class, the time management class, the Lady Get Your Vision Right class, all of these are working, I would say, working strategy, mini class driven content that will help people move forward in their personal development. So I think now it's just expanding our personal development and investing in yourself, because I think that's so important, you know.
Yes. Thank you so much. Everybody, if you listen on Facebook, if you can make some comments and just let us know if this has been a great, broadcast thus far. We invite your feedback. We invite you to interact with us. And can you tell us when you'll be having your next, I don't know if you have a date yet for your next mini class?
Well, I am preparing for August. Most of my classes are on Saturdays. I'm preparing for August with the communications class, maybe perhaps on a Sunday afternoon when everybody's kind of relaxed or whatever. But the next Lady Get Your Time Right mini class will be in September. So I'm getting that date on the calendar. And as you know, people will go to the website, they'll be able to see updates on when the actual date will be to enroll, open enrollment, and when the class will be coming forward.
Okay, very, very good. All right, hey guys, the information, good people is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. To all my diamonds that are watching now, and diamonds are men too. This is not just women. We all have an authentic shine, and so we all have a journey. And her information and her tools and services that she provides is on the bottom of the screen. You can also find her on social media as Carmela Head. That's C, as you can see, CarmelaHead. You can find her on Facebook. If you want to message her about some other services that she may provide as well, in development of people and development along your journey. These are wonderful tools. I was able to participate in the Lady Get Your Time Right, which really helped me. I had a planner, but, and I was using it, and I use it, but it helped me to fine tune a lot of organizing my time, especially when you do a lot of things. You want to be effective, because doing a lot and then you're not effective, then to me, it's just, what's the purpose? But I wanted to be more effective at what I'm doing. And so in order to be more effective, I had to make sure that time management is there so that I can be able to, as you shared during the mini class, to be able to do everything effectively and do it in excellence. And so her mini classes are great. They're very instrumental in balancing your time. Like she said, a lot of us do a lot of different things, and sometimes we don't know, how to organize. Or one thing that I will tell you that helped me was, you have a lot of important things, but how to arrange the important things. So that really helped me, to get, okay, I know each of these have to be attended to, but which one is the one that I'm going to attend to first? That you guys are going to have to find out. You got to sign up for the class if you want to know that information. We're not going to give you everything. We want you to sign up for the mini class, Lady Get Your Time Right, and be a part of this. Please go to her website. You can look at the services that she provides, the books. You want to purchase the books and the other information to find out more information about her and who she is, and everything that she does. Also, I think you have what's the name of your organization? I'm sorry, your business?
Yes, First Glance LLC.
First Glance. You guys go online and check out her information on First Glance, okay? She provides consultations and different things like that that's tailor fit for individuals. So if you want to know more about that information, you can contact her directly. You can reach out to her on social media, or you can befriend her on Facebook and send her a message through Messenger, whichever is convenient. Again, the information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Transformational, being transformed, is a really, really good book. It is empowering. It says empowering for your destiny. That's powerful. Destiny, your journey. Your journey is helping you along to uncover your destiny. Please purchase this book. Or if you know somebody you may want to be able to bless them and sow into their life, you can purchase a book for them as well. So that will be wonderful. I would love for you to just share with us any last words of encouragement, any last words that you would like to share with the listeners today, regarding services, or just anything that you feel you want to share that will be instrumental, for them on their journey.
Absolutely. If you're someone out there and you are standing in line, or you're having a commute, or you just, you're doing some things around the house or whatever have you, I also have the Be Transformed Transformational Moment podcast. If you want something audio, up to 7 minutes of inspiration and empowerment for your day. I also have visual podcasts, which are the same as the audio, except for those that like to see something. It's on my website, or you can also visit me on YouTube. Like and subscribe. I'd like to get some more subscribers. Uh, Look up Be Transformed Transformational Moment on YouTube. You can find me there as well. And then also my Transformational Moment blog. For those of you that like articles, that's on my website as
Mhm.
well. And I'm so excited to be able to share that information. And so, I would like to leave those that are viewing just to know that you are an original, you are
Mhm.
unique, you have unique qualities that God has instilled only in you. There is no other one that has your fingerprint. And so there's so much that you can do. Don't put your talents and skills or your abilities on the shelf. Ask God to reveal those things to you so that you can move out in a greater way to be able to use them. And remember to take time to hear, to take solitude, the time that you need necessary, so that you can see who you are, to get that shifting. And I trust that someone has heard this, and that you'll be able to take the time out to grasp what that transformational moment is in your
Mhm.
life, so
Mhm.
that you'll be able to have a shifting and a new perspective, a new perception. I have to
Mhm.
backtrack, a new perception, because perception
Mhm.
is the way we see things, on how we're going to see this process in life. We all might have encountered the road signs of life. This is in my book as well. The detours of life, the exits of life, and maybe those times that we come to dead ends where we have to assess
Mhm.
where we are. And so those
Mhm.
processes in life, we always are ever evolving, but we can really navigate through these things as we get a new perception of who we are.
Mhm. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Carmela, for coming on today. I really appreciate you. You have some wonderful, wonderful resources you have shared today. I hope all those who are listening and those who will listen to the broadcast later will be edified and encouraged to continue on their journey, that they will be enlightened and encouraged to keep moving on their journey and understanding to be intentional, and it's okay to take a pause to
Yeah.
evaluate where you are for your next step. We thank you so much for joining us today this afternoon. Again, I'm so excited. I am recording from the Renewal Center, and I invite you to come out tomorrow for our digital discipleship. We'll be starting at 10 a.m., our digital discipleship, and we'll be broadcasting our first live one from our Facebook page. So
Ooh.
if you can go and like the Renewal Center on Facebook, guys, like the Renewal Center,
Yes.
and come on in and come and experience the revealing of Christ. This is our digital discipleship that we'll be sharing tomorrow at 10 a.m. Please invite someone to come. We look forward to you. We welcome you. We invite you
Yes.
to take part of this. I'm here on location at the Renewal Center with the podcast, and I tell you, this is a wonderful, wonderful place. I thank you all so much for joining. I thank you, Pastor Carmela, who we work together at the Renewal Center along with our executive director, Apostle Patrick J. Brown. And we just excited. And again, we invite you to join us tomorrow. You guys make sure you have a wonderful Saturday. Do something special for yourself. Whatever it is you like to do, that's the part of being authentic. I
Yeah.
may want to listen to music. You may want to watch a movie, and some people may want to sit in silence. I spend a lot of time myself. I listen to music, and then I spend a lot of time with nothing. I have no TV, no radio. I just sit in silence. And that's my stop time, Carmela, where I just reflect upon the week and reflect upon the day to gather my thoughts. And that's special for me. So you guys make sure you do something special for yourself. Whatever it is you like to do, make sure it's authentically you. Make sure it's what you like to do. And so also being a blessing to someone else as well as making sure that others get their self-care in. We don't want to be selfish, but we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves and that we attend to those that we love and care about. So again, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for coming on. Again, I have the information scrolling on the bottom of the screen. If you would like to purchase any of Carmela Ehead's products or services, the information is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. By all means, please connect with her on social media as well. Her blogs and her inspirational posts are phenomenal. They will encourage you. I tell you, I go on that, when she posts, I see her and her posts, and they're uplifting. I tell you, I've had, some days where something may be going on, and one of her posts will pop up. And it has definitely been an encouragement to me to help me to continue to stay focused and be edified to continue through my day. So please connect with her on social media so you will see the posts and some of her podcasts. Her website is at the bottom here. Go online, check her out, see what she does, and how that can be beneficial to your journey as well. So everyone, Carmela, I don't know what you got planned, what you have planned for the afternoon. I hope it's something great. Again, it's a beautiful day here in Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina area. I'm excited to be here. So you all enjoy your day until we come back again. I will be making an announcement as well about my webinar, my seminar that will be coming up in September, the Diamonds Development. So please stay tuned for that. I'll be posting information so you guys can go ahead and register for that. So we have services to be able to help you along your journey. And so I am so excited. Be also on the lookout for my empowerment session that I'm going to be doing, another one really soon via that will be done on Zoom. So I'll be posting that information shortly. So thank you all so much again. Thank you so much, Carmela. You are definitely a pleasure. You have been a wonderful, wonderful guest. Really appreciate you. We thank you and appreciate you for your services that you provide and all that you provide to any and everybody that connects to you is guaranteed to be blessed and guaranteed to be transformed. Thank you so much again, guys, for joining. You guys have a wonderful Saturday, and we will see you all again. Bye-bye.